Now let's talk about the big burning issue at the moment. Around 40 students wearing a burqa or a hijab have been denied entry to one of the arts and science colleges in Kundpur, a coastal town in Udupi district of Karnataka. Yes, that's the same town where other students also were stopped from entering a college. The gates were shut and students are protesting outside those college gates, now questioning the decision of the college to ban students from entering. You have those pictures on your screens, a sizable amount and a sizable number of people. The irony is that this very college has an instruction manual that reads that girl students are permitted to wear scarves inside the campus. However, the scarf color, that's the only sort of thing over there, that the scarf color should match with the dupatta, and no other cloth, no other color would be allowed on the campus. So why exactly have they been stopped? This is happening after several other colleges have seen similar trends as well, and girls in one of the colleges in the same district had earlier come out to say, well, it should be about their right, their choice to wear what they want. Well, at the moment, this is beginning to flare up as an issue in the state of Karnataka. Joining us now to discuss this will be Kavita Krishnan. In a short while from now, she'll be joining us. Also with us is Ashwini Kumar Dubey, advocate in Supreme Court and takes the BJP view over here. Ashwini, just trying to understand over here. A college manual says it's allowed, then why suddenly the change of heart?
Sonal, school uniform makes everyone uniform under one roof. It wipes out differences such as rich, poor, powerful, religion, caste. Schools have a uniform code for all in the country. If students will keep religion more important, then what sort of future society we building? There must be a universal feeling.
It's choice. It's choice to practice. It's choice to do that. In a neighboring state, there were some girls, Ashwini, who decided and went to their teachers and said that they were having troubles wearing skirt. They got their uniform changed because it's a democratic country, and they decided that they felt more confident perhaps, or felt better in pants, and they were allowed that as well.
Now, Sonal, you are taking me to the constitutional provision. Constitution provides everyone with the power to practice and propagate one's religion, as long as it does not interfere with the discipline code and also do not degrade other person's religion. And this is absolutely is not an absolute freedom. The freedom to practice one's religion is a fundamental right guaranteed with the Constitution.
Yes.
But with certain limitations, Sonal. Now, the religious scholars of all religions should not use students for spreading their own agenda. Let them study and earn knowledge.
Where is that coming from? These are girls who are saying, I want to wear a scarf and I want to wear what I want to wear. Where is this coming from? That's exactly my point. When the college manual says, and Ashwini, you sort of didn't answer me on that. Very clearly, it's written in the rules.
In Udupi, School Development and Monitoring Committee had introduced a uniform code in 1985. Now, hijab or rudraksh should not be a topic of debate among students. They must debate about the topics related to the academic excellence. What is happening, Sonal? Now, the hijab controversy, and over that, the saffron shawls in the schools controversy.
Ashwini, who started the controversy?
Sonal, in my opinion, schools are a place who promotes uniformity among all the students. And there should be uniformity, there should be inclusion, there should be unity among the students. It should not be said that, look, it is my religion, it is my religious feeling, I want to propagate it. Article 25.
Okay, Ashwini, I have lots to say to you, but I'll let Kavita answer. Kavita.
Sonal, I will disagree with you also slightly. I feel that there is a question of the constitutional right to freedom of religion also involved here, as well as the constitutional right to privacy and autonomy of the women students and their right to education. So let me just go one by one. The first is that Ashwini ji is saying that there should be uniformity. Have you gone to school with six Sikh male students who wear turbans? The turban color matches the color of the uniform, but they do wear the turban, right? So basically, how is this different? Now, the point is that what happens is that people start saying that the hijab is not essential to the practice of Muslim religion, etc. But the point is that is not for you or I or anyone else to decide. I think that the individual practitioner, and this is where constitutional morality comes in, that the individual practitioner of the religion has the right, their right to freedom of religion means that they should have the right to interpret and practice religion according to their conscience, and that nobody should be able to punish them or humiliate them for that practice. Similarly, in the Sabarimala case, we saw that the religious institution does not have the right to violate individual rights of anybody in the name of freedom to practice religion. These are the two basic, understanding, and this is very clear. The second thing is, of course, related to this, that look, this is a headscarf, okay? So suppose tomorrow, basically your women, when you have male students in class, this saffron shawl they are doing, that is against the uniform because it's a different color, right? But I'm saying ki bhai, Brahmin ladke, those who come to school, they wear their sacred thread. They wear their namams and whatnot, which go this way or that way. They wear that. Nobody tells them you can't wear that because it is going against the uniform. Girls wear bindis. Nobody tells them you can't wear it because it is going against the uniform. There are so many. And teachers, please Google the photograph of the education minister of Karnataka. He is the education minister. He must be visiting schools every day. He wears a big tilak on his forehead. Okay, that is a public display of religion, and it is certainly not essential and so on. And yet he gets to display it. So the point is, why are you making this an issue? Let the girls go to school, and you cannot deprive them of the right to education because they are wearing hijab, and they have been wearing hijab for a long time. The school is recently, college is recently changing the rules on them.
Ashwini,
so Sonal, hopefully I would take, you will give me a liberty to speak for 30 seconds.
Always, Ashwini, always.
Article 25(1) of the Constitution says that there is a freedom of conscience and the right to freely profess, practice and propagate religion. But like any other fundamental right, this is not a fixed right. It can be regulated on the basis of other fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Now moving further to the Supreme Court. Over the years, the Supreme Court has ruled that the Constitution will exclusively protect the essential religious practices. But before granting any protections, courts will evaluate whether the practice is vital or integral for religion, whether it talks about the inclusion, whether it talks about the uniformity among the citizens of this country, and that matter is pending in the Supreme Court.
There is no constitutional provision for uniformity in the country. We are not yet a Hindu Rashtra. There is provision for diversity in the country, not for uniformity. Let me correct you there, Ashwini.
Sonal, some kind of protest is also going on in Singapore and France. But Singapore and France has also made a law and banned it in a public places and places of the educational institutions and also the workplaces. So here is not the question. See, one has a right to propagate.
In France, the minister cannot wear a tilak, by the way.
One second. Ashwini, you got your time to respond, right? I gave you equal amount of time. I hope that's not a heartburn over there. And let me just start by saying this. We can get into the technicalities of what is there, what is not there. Why did it start? I just want to get to the motive here. Why has it suddenly become an issue in Karnataka? It's been going on for years, right? In fact, I keep going back to it. The college manual says that they will be allowed. They haven't changed the college manual. It's been a change of heart by some teachers there. Is it a directive?
With all respect to Kavita ji and Sonal, to you, that religious scholars of all religion are using the students for spreading their own agenda. Let the students study and earn knowledge, which will allow them to decide what is not or what is relevant. The school allow. Let the disciplinary authority of that particular state be allowed what is to wear and what sort of rules are to be made, which will strengthen and impart the quality of education. Over to you.
All right. Kavita, please respond.
Sonal, give me a second, please.
Yeah.
Can I respond?
I
want to say that firstly, the example of France is actually terribly wrong because the French model of secularism is not what India follows. And there's a lot wrong with the French model of secularism. But let me just give you one simple example that according to the French model of secularism, the education minister won't be allowed to wear his tilak and move around. If he is an elected representative, he cannot go around showing open, religious symbols and so on and so forth. Now, secondly, in India, we are living in India, where whether or not this is an essential practice, this is not about arcane debate about over the Quran, readings of the Quran. This is about practice. And commonly, a lot of girls in Muslim households do wear the headscarf. Many do not, many do. So the point is, if you're going to make a rule, you're going to force them to attend only Muslim-run institutions, which means, and let me remind you that between 2009 and now, there has been a Lagatar campaign, starting 2008 actually, there's been a continuous campaign by the Sangh Parivar there, attempting to segregate Hindu and Muslim students in schools and colleges. So even beating up Hindu girl who visits her Muslim girlfriend to do their homework together. So saying that you cannot be friends together. And I am asking your viewers to just Google this. You will find any number of examples. So basically the motive that you're asking for, Sonal, is something that is going to end up segregating. Even if, for a minute, let us take this, that suppose the Muslim girl is basically wearing her headscarf because her family tells her to, whatever it is. Okay. Tomorrow, when she is independent, she may continue to do so, she may not continue to do so. But the point is, if you tell her now you can't attend this college because you're wearing that, what is she in a position to do? She is going to have to shift to some college that will allow her to wear that, which means you are depriving her of the right to education. You are creating a condition where the Hindu students are separated from Muslim students and it is easier to radicalize them. You are creating all kinds of misconceptions.
Actually,
we have all gone to school with hijabi girls and
then I'll wrap.
Yes. Sonal, inclusion is the primary goal of the constitution.
You said,
and students of all religions should follow the uniform code set by the college. There must be a universal feeling in our schools and among the students, and that's how the educational institutions, let them make their law, let them make their discipline.
Six students turbans, Mr. Ashwini-ji.
See, I am telling you this practice which had just started. You know who are the people who are behind this outrage? You are talking about the Google. Have you Googled that who are those people who are behind what the intelligence said? There is a hidden agenda of some fundamentalists who wants to promote.
Okay. Now we are insinuating, and this is not backed by any facts or this is not backed by any sort of evidence. So I'm going to take a pause over there. Ashwini Dubey and Kavita Krishnan, thank you so much for joining us on this discussion. Students, do they have the choice to wear what they want? They have the choice perhaps to wear scarves? And is right to education not fundamental to all, and that's everything else should be secondary? That's something we leave you to think about.